Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm still feeling good. You know what? There's no way that a Raider win is going to cause me any pain for any length of time, okay? And I hope it's not doing that to you either. You have to remember one thing, my Niner fam. First of all, we are the fan base of one of the best franchises in Super Bowl history. We are one game behind the Super Bowl winningest team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. We are tied with the Dallas Cowboys. So you see, the way I look at it is, we are one game away from tying supremacy and 2 games away from being the elite of the elite. So no, I do not have time to feel bad about the Oakland Raider victory. Granted, it was not a good time to lose to the Raiders, and it is embarrassing. But that's it. Raider fans, let me say something to you right quick. You down there groveling over them crumbs and getting all excited. Meanwhile, we're shooting for the stars and going for that whole loaf of bread and some cheese, too. You got another problem, too. C.O. Moore. Your boy is an idiot. That little thing that TMZ has going on right now with that little display of machismo. I'm just glad that there were no short-tempered 49er fans in attendance at that game. You've got a problem. The man has no class and it reflects on the entire organization. I know about that little deal against Kansas City where Seal almost cost you the game. You gonna tell me that you're proud of that man? He's a fool. Enough about him. 49er fans, I got something else I'm a little ashamed about too. Who is Bruce Miller? Yeah, go ahead, answer. He's a 4th-year man out of Central Florida. He's our fullback. He's the only highlight we got for this game. He pulled in a toss from Colin Kaepernick, steps into the end zone. I said to myself, Bruce Miller, who's Bruce Miller? Thank you, Bruce. The only moment of the day, well, other than Phil Dawson with that field goal, that we had a chance to even smile. That game started out, and I know you were doing the same thing, right? Sitting there watching the game, saying words that my mom certainly wouldn't approve of, wondering, again, Niners, what have you been doing for the last week and a half? You have no idea how to run the offense as of yet. A lot of blame being passed around. Colin Kaepernick getting the most of it. But Niner fans, burning up his jersey? Burning up his jersey? Okay, I gotta pass you the judgment on it. I'm just saying. Whoa! You know, I gotta say this about Colin. Can I just say this though? Kaepernick, he's been stripped of all his natural abilities, pretty much except for his throwing arm. He is now, they took him out of the pistol, made him throw from several different formations that just don't fit his skill set. And I mentioned that earlier. I'm not going to go through all that again. But I'm just saying, we have injuries galore this year. I know excuses, but they are the facts. We are not bad as we are solely because of Colin Kaepernick. We're not. Had he had an offensive line out there, you know that offensive line is more dangerous than the defensive line that's coming in trying to kill him? Really? It's a sad thing to watch. There's something else too. If the 49ers believe Kaepernick is not worth his scheduled $12.8 million for next season, he's not coming back. Now they say that's probably not going to happen, but it definitely sets up a huge season in 2015 when Cap has to prove he's worth $14.3. In 2016, he's scheduled to receive $16.9. In 2017, $17.4 million. In 2018, $19.2. The money just keeps going up. 2019 and 2020. 2020, he's scheduled to get $21.4 million. So the 49ers are going to keep Cap around, hopefully, with the new offensive system that fits him, and hopefully he'll propel himself into the quarterback that everybody knows he can be. I just don't want to blame him for the whole thing. He can do better. He just needs a little more time and somebody to work with him. You know when the fuse was really lit on the 49ers? Remember this summer when we heard about Jim Harbaugh being traded to the Cleveland Browns? That was the beginning of the end. Along with all the other injuries and things that have happened to the 49ers, I didn't believe that when I first heard it. It was true, wasn't it? Here's what I want to know. And I don't know if you thought about this, but what were the 49ers going to get in return had that deal went through? Were the 49ers in conversation with another coach? Were they going to get draft picks back? I thought I remembered about draft picks being coming to San Francisco. But beyond that, what were we supposed to do for a coach? And is that coach still in line? Now here's the wild thing. I'm sure you've heard this as well. Greg Roman has actually been campaigning around the organization for the head coaching job. I know, right? Can you believe that? I don't. What would make Greg Roman think that he's eligible to coach the 49ers as the head coach? I understand there's some others, but why Greg Roman? Here's a man who can't design an offense that works. His play calling has been questionable all season long, and yet he thinks he should be the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. You know, Greg Roman, though, we have to blame him on Coach Jim Harbaugh. I hate to admit it after 3 wonderful years with Coach Harbaugh, but you know what? Greg Roman is actually his fault. He should have gotten rid of Greg Roman last year. And for those who I've argued with in the past about Greg Roman, I apologize. I am sorry. You were right. Greg Roman should have been cut loose a long time ago. Is it too early to talk about head coaches? Yes, it is. And let's move on from that because we got weeks ahead of us and we got all season, off season to talk about head coaching and everything else. But right now, let's welcome back NaVorro Bowman. You know what really made me, I could not understand? I was reading something here about NaVorro Bowman being finished and that the Niners were a little tired of Ahmad Brooks and that he was leaving, and then all of a sudden, because as I say, I thought they were going to shut down NaVorro Bowman, so they were looking for replacements. Even looked at a guy, the Cardinals reject, Desmond Bishop. And then all of a sudden I got online and it was NaVorro Bowman is returning this week. Oh, God, yes. I know, huh? Wouldn't it be special? Bowman comes back just in time to play the Seahawks. I know, but listen, we're not mathematically taken out of this. Anything can still happen, and I'm holding out hope until the last minute. Bowman comes back. You put Borland next to him. Will Hoyt on his other side. Beast mode could be in trouble. That's a lot of stoppage. The problem we still have is going to be the offense, but defensively, we may be ready to rock and roll. What do you think? Should we take this game seriously against the Seahawks? Should we go ahead and relax and put NaVorro on the shelf, let him play a few minutes and set him down? What are we going to do? Tell me, Niner fam. I want to talk about it with you. Meanwhile, I'm going to call it. I'm saying we beat the Seahawks this weekend. I can't wait. You know what? I refuse to not play this out till the end. The Niners win this. Yes, they win it. I'll talk to you. Catch me on all the social medias. I already told you about it before. Come talk to me. Talk to me down below. I will see you next week.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.